Hello again, everybody. Today we have Erkan with us. Erkan went to Italy with a school trip, and now he's going to share his experiences with us. So, Erkan, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine too. So, tell me, how was Italy?
It was very different because it was the first time I went abroad outside of Turkey. So, everything from the structure of the cities to the people to the culture, it was all different and a whole new experience.
Like the structures, what do you mean by that?
The structure of the cities are very different from Turkey, like from the apartments to how they are lined up. We in Turkey we have like concrete apartments, and they can range from 3 floors to 9 floors. But in Italy, they have apartments that stick to each other, no space in between, and they are usually like bricks, and they have a very old style. They look more, how do I say, like 19th century structures, architecture, and the apartments have a height limit, so you can't just build like however you want. There are regulations. They are more regulated than in Turkey.
You said the buildings were stick together. Have you seen any doors between them for any emergencies?
No.
Like, what happens if somebody's door is locked?
I mean,
how would they get out? They don't have windows too.
It's facing the street. Like, there's a street.
Okay,
and
that
the
makes
apartments
sense. Maybe
lined up like that.
I thought they would be locked sometimes. Maybe in emergency, you don't know what to do. Maybe
there will
be a
saw
problem.
an emergency exit. Yeah.
So, is there any big differences between the cultures?
Well, the main difference is obviously religion, because Turkey is an Islamic country and Italy is a Catholic country, a Christian country, and so instead of hearing the azan 5 times, you hear the church bells ringing, like at 7 a.m. and then again at 7:45 and again at 8, 9, 10, 11 and every hour. And you can hear the bells ring everywhere because the city is very quiet, and the churches are also very different architecturally. Like they are very different from mosques, and there is a limit, I think, that you can't build buildings that are taller than the church. So when you look out the window, the church stands at the top above every building. You can easily see it. And besides that, the other different thing was people go in their house with their shoes most often, and that's very different to us because we would think that it will get dirty and all, but they don't mind that much.
Are there carpets on the ground, or
There are carpets on some floors, yeah, but not as many as here.
I heard that in Italy they don't have big breakfast like in here.
Of course, like our breakfast culture is very different from them. Like they see it as like a redundant meal. Like they don't have big breakfast like us, and they usually eat sweets instead of salty things. Like we usually have eggs and things like that, but they have like sweets, cakes, and some biscuits with jam, and that's it. Like they have a packet of like biscuits, some jam, some tea, sometimes a milk maybe. That, like, you do it in 5 minutes and you leave. Sometimes you don't even do it. I think they mostly prepared the breakfast because I was there, and they wouldn't do it otherwise.
So throughout the day, what do you eat? What do they eat?
Mostly pasta and pizza, but they have like very different kinds of pasta. Like in Turkey, we only have like two, three kinds that we eat. In Italy, they have a lot of variations, and they usually have cheese with them. So I had some pasta with seafood, some pasta with pesto sauce and cheese. And in lunch, we usually had like my host would prepare, the mother of my host would prepare sandwiches and put them in plastic bags, and we would eat them for lunch.
So when you go hang out, do you see any different things in the streets from here?
Well, the main different thing is the traffic is the most obvious one, because in Turkey, cars really don't care about you passing. You know, you can stand on this. You have to run for the. You have to run through the road.
Yeah.
But in Italy, when you just stand by the road, the car immediately stops and waits for you to pass. Unlike us, and they use a lot of bikes too. Like they have a lot more eco-awareness than us. They care more about the environment, so they try to reduce the car pollution and switch it for bikes. And they also have a lot more different recycling. Like in Turkey, you would see a recycling bin for paper, and then you see like 10 cans of Coca-Cola in it. Like people don't care about organizing them. But in Italy, it's very organized, and pretty much it's generally more cleaner, I think.
And I heard that there aren't any some street animals like cats.
Yeah, they
dogs.
don't have much stray animals. Instead, they have pets. Like in Turkey, most families don't have pets, but there are a lot of stray cats and dogs in the streets. But in Italy, almost every family has a pet. For example, mine had a little dog, and you don't see any stray animals outside. I have never seen one.
So do you think an average person there is living happily?
Yeah, I think, well, comparing it to Turkey, I think generally it's more happy because it's better economically, and it's also like not as crowded as here. Like it's there are more space for fewer people, so it's quieter, it's nicer. Overall, I think like the average person can get the things that they need for living, for happiness.
Have you seen any homeless people there? Because I heard that in many cities that are big, there are many people homeless.
I haven't seen any, like, but I haven't been there for that long, so yeah, I don't know. But from what I have seen, no.
Like in Greece, in Athens, I've seen so many people sleeping in the street, doing some bad things, and you know.
No, I haven't seen any people sleeping in the streets. I have only seen like one crack addict walking in the street shouting at us, but besides that, no.
No, I see.